If an artist wanted to put together a 300-person show, they should first find a venue. You don't want to break the bank. These venues are expensive as hell. And look at the competition. Go to a couple shows and stuff and see what they're doing, the competition, and do better than they're doing.
Even people that weren't there, they can see what they missed out on.
It's only this amount of seats, and the people who didn't get to go, they're gonna have fear of missing out on the next one. That's how artists do it forever. They last forever because they got a new album next year and they got a new show. I'm a full man record label, bro. When I get bigger, I'm still gonna do the same thing I'm doing now, but maybe a bigger budget. I'm gonna have access to bigger things. Only people are gonna root for you or your family. I mean, that's not 100% every time. Sometimes they don't see my vision. You gotta keep going for your vision because they're not gonna see it till it works later.
Walk me through the last time you felt like somebody in your family didn't see the vision that you had.
The last time? Okay, so this year, I got a lot of shit planned, bro. I've actually started doing like content and shit. How you had been doing like last year or whenever that was. But it's like I didn't want to do it for a while because I was camera shy and shit. Like I'm not really used to doing that. But I was like, finally, I was like, fuck it, what am I doing? Who gives a shit, really? So I just started doing it, and I've been doing it, and I've been seeing growth from it, honestly. So I started with I just started doing it like 2 months ago, probably. I'm probably on my second month right now, but it's actually pretty good. I've been getting like a lot of followers. I've been targeting like locally because I feel like that's the best way to go about getting fans at the beginning because I can actually reach the people out here, And
so what do you mean? So if you're putting out organic content, what do you mean as far as like targeting people locally?
So like I'm putting out like content from behind the scenes and like shoot music videos and shit because I figured out how to shoot music videos myself this past year, and they're pretty good. So I was like, man, I'm gonna do this shit myself. So I just have like a lot of content. I'm trying to drop like a new thing every day. And then I'm also putting ads into the reels, into like the music video reels. I chop it up into like 4, 5 different versions, like 30 seconds each. And then those music video reels, I push those as ads and then on Instagram. And then I just been targeting local though. So whenever the locally people will see it, and then I just keep coming out on their feed afterwards because I'm consistently dropping content like every day. So you know how when you follow somebody and then you go to your homepage and you start seeing their old posts?
They all in your algorithm and all that?
Yeah, they start and so I just keep doing it, put another new post tomorrow, and then they're going to see that shit again. And then if I just keep it going, ideally till my big show in June. So I'm going to keep it going till like June right now, right? Because my main goal is to sell out my show in June, which I'm going to be headlining. And right now I'm in the process of looking for a venue and the artists and doing all that stuff.
Gotcha. So that's why you're going
local? We're looking like at a 300-person venue. Yeah, that's why I'm doing local right now.
That makes sense. So basically up from now until June, you're trying to put as much organic content, put some ads behind it to hit those people. And then hopefully you get those 300 tickets sold type shit.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing this year. That's my goal. So all I got to do is keep feeding them like music and like content and like shoot the music videos. Like I can do it all. Like it's not, I can do it. It's just, you got to get your ass up and do it type of thing, you know?
Right. So, put on the different hats.
That's why I just been doing it. Shit. And I'm liking what I'm seeing because shit, I'm like on my third year now since I started like recording music. And the first 2, I was only like recording music. I wasn't really marketing or doing music videos. I was just making music, but I was building a catalog at that time, right? So like I was patient. I was like, because I know this shit is like a long-term game, so I'm not really worried like, oh, I don't blow up tomorrow or something like that. I'm looking at the long term, so that's why those couple of years I was not like pissed off type of artist. Who a lot of artists they don't see the growth quick enough and they quit, right? But me, all my research and shit that I've done, it prepared me for that mentally. And like, so I just did the Russ method, the shit that's like, what's that shit? His book.
Like the song of the week?
No, not the song of the week. The book where delusion. You got to be delusional,
Mm.
basically. So that's basically
What's it called? In my head or
in
in
my
my own
head type
head
of
or
shit.
something?
Yeah.
Like
So it's
that? Yeah,
like,
that
so
book
I just
was
decided
on
nobody
point.
gives a fuck about my music until I make them give a fuck about my music. So that's why I was
Facts.
just making songs and I was building up my catalog. But now that I have like, I feel like a decent size catalog, I'm gonna now it's time to start pushing this shit, you know. And I've been putting money. I mean, I work also, so I'm not like a. I work as a day job, so I go
Yeah.
Monday to Friday, and then whatever money I have, I put it into my marketing and my videos. Like it's all self funded. So like, but
I
eventually,
mean, and that makes sense.
locally, since I'm targeting locally, I'm gonna eventually like attract investors locally. So I haven't done that yet, but I'm going. That's my plan.
Gotcha. Now I know you said in your research that's when you started getting your plan together, and you read the Rust book. What other type of research like led you to this decision?
It's like I just like watching like YouTube videos, like artist advice from different artists and stuff, and
Yeah,
seeing how they think about things. And then like I also read a lot of like business books and
like regular business books or like
like
music
music
business books.
business books and then
Okay.
like marketing books. I just been looking up, you know, because we met through Rob Level's type of shit. Like Rob
Hmm.
Level, he's good. I feel like he's good at the marketing thing, right? And he's got a lot of
For
ideas.
sure.
Like you know how he said that idea about putting that wrap on your car and like
Yeah.
how he has. I did that shit.
Yeah.
Like
For real?
yeah, but it's sitting outside. It's got so it's my record label that I started, 214 Little Records, and I painted that car red and black. So it's two tone. The bottom is red, the top half is black, and I got the record label on the hood, like big ass record label logo. And on the trunk, I
I'm
got
gonna have to have
Roblez.
you I'm gonna have to have you send me a picture of that, and I'll like put it up on the screen or something like that so people can see. That's
Yeah,
fine,
it's
man.
fire, bro. Because I
When'd
work
you
in
do
the
that?
car business. I paint work at a painted body, so I got the connect to do that shit. So
You had a plug. Okay,
I
yeah.
mean, I had to do the work to do it. I had to do it myself, right? Me and my uncle. My uncle
Okay.
painted it for me, but I had to like prep it and get all that shit ready. So
That's dope. See, that could have been some content too, bro. Because I'm
I got
guessing at that
content for
point
that
you
shit.
wasn't. You
I
do
got I got the
that
recording
behind the
of like
scenes.
of when we're painting it, but that's gonna cut. That's in my content plan from now to the show. It's gonna come. I haven't showed anybody the car yet or told anybody yet. I mean, unless you see me in
Okay.
the streets driving it, because I'm driving that bitch every day. So,
Yeah.
so especially like my hometown, like where I'm at right now, people are seeing me every fucking day. But right now, it's just like, what the fuck is that type of shit? It's not like, oh look, there's Roblez, the artist, right? So right now, it's just, I'm getting like brand awareness right now.
That makes sense because now, like, if you end up running content later and you run ads, and then they see that car, they'll be like, "Wait a minute, I seen that,
Yeah,
driving
that's the
around in
plan.
the
That's
city."
the plan that
Okay,
I had, bro. I want to be omnipresent
okay,
in the city,
yeah,
basically. So
man, you
like, I got
talking
a lot
good.
of
You
shit
talking good.
that I got planned, and like, it's mainly been just me, bro. I don't have like a big team. I got my manager, but she's not like she's my family member. She's my aunt, right? And you
Okay.
know, I'm really big on family thing, and like I feel like who's only people are gonna root for you are your family. I mean, not. I mean, that's not 100% every time, but like in my life,
If you got it,
my close
if you got it,
family,
use it.
I'm gonna use it, right? So like, I feel
Hmm.
like I mean, they sometimes they don't see my vision shit sometimes, but like, um, you gotta like you gotta keep going for your vision because they're not gonna see it till it works later, type of shit. So on that, I seen that like a Kanye West documentary and shit where he would nobody believed in his shit either at the beginning, but now everybody calls
Hmm.
him a genius, right?
Man, you know how it goes. You
So
know
it's
how it
like it's
goes.
like a lot of mental battles type of shit, bro. You gotta like be strong mentally, or else this fucking music shit's hard. That's why I let people
So
quit.
walk me through the last time you felt like somebody in your family didn't see the vision that you had.
The last time, okay, so this is probably recent actually. So like, I don't know if you've seen any of my content, but you know how I be wearing all my like most of my content and my album cover, my EP that I just dropped, which is "The Struggle Is Beautiful." I'm doing it like a theme. So like you know how the Weeknd, it's an album where he was wearing that red fucking jacket all the time, like every music video, every show, every time you saw him, he had the same look,
Yeah.
right? So I wanted to do that with this. So I'm wearing my red and blue sweater with my bucket hat, and that's like the look that I wanted to stick to, right? And then
Okay.
so in my music video, I'm wearing it. In my album cover art, I'm wearing it. And then in the other 4 videos that are gonna come out for this EP soon, I'm gonna be wearing the same shit, but it's gonna be a different video, right? So some of my family members didn't like that. They were like, "Why are you gonna be wearing the same shit in every video? Like, you don't see anybody else doing that." They're swagged out, whatever the fuck they're wearing, they're like rappers, right? But I was like, I know that, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to stand out. I don't want to be like everybody else. So I'm taking shit from different people. So like from Weekend, I'm taking that, and like from Russ, I might take his mentality as like nobody gives a fuck, and I just be delusional. Like there's other people that I take things from, and like, but that image thing is like nobody in my circle understands branding and imaging. They just think the old ways of branding and imaging or whatever. But the way I understand it, I have like a vision for it. So like I want to keep this image for this EP basically. Everything related to this EP is gonna be this image. All my old shit though, my profile picture, I was wearing like a jacket like this, but it's like gray and white camo. So back then I didn't know how to shoot music videos, and I didn't know what I wanted to. I didn't have a vision for it. I was just making music. But now I'm gonna shoot old music videos for all that old music, and it's gonna be wearing that other jacket like almost in all the videos, most of the videos. And then the shit now that I'm making now, because I'm gonna drop shit from now between to June, like maybe a few songs. And I'm gonna be wearing like this jacket, right? It's a different one, right? It's a different image, but it's similar because I styled the bucket hat and shit, right? So I'm trying to do like different evolutions of it, 3 different evolutions of me. And so for my show comes, I've been working in live sound with my mentor, which is my audio engineer, Stevie Mix. Um, we got like hella close out here, right, in the past couple of years. And so I started jumping into live sound line and doing like big ass shows for artists and shit. I like setting up audio engineering for them and setting up LED walls, like big, like real good fucking shows. So I got the plug to all the equipment and shit. So I already talked to my guys, and we're gonna put on our own show, but we're gonna make it. We want to make it like an experience. We don't want to make it like a lot of rap shows. They're just lip syncing the backstreet track. I want to put on like a good ass fucking show. Like I'm talking like outfit changes in between sets type of shit, and like backup dancers and like
Yeah.
smoke on the fucking stage.
Smoke, that's why I say smoke machine, all that.
Yeah, because I saw this fucking meme of a 50 Cent like hanging in the sky and shit. And he's like, and then there's like a meme saying 50 Cent ain't got one song to be fucking flying in the air like that. He looked like an angel in the sky, and I'm like, what the hell? But shit, I want to do some shit like that, man. I just want to do like the best fucking show in the city, basically, type of thing. Because my goal is to be the biggest rapper in Dallas, right? That's my achievable goal. I feel like it's achievable right now. I would say like the biggest in the world, but I'm not there yet. So I'm starting local, so I'm going to be the biggest rapper in Dallas. So this big show I'm gonna have like a video team covering the whole shit, and they're gonna get like the best fucking. You know how I see recaps of concerts of like big artists, and them shits look lit as fuck. That's my goal for that. I want to put on like a really good fucking show, and but yeah, on the 3 evolutions of me, when I do a certain song, a few songs, I'm gonna be dressed up for that outfit and like have stage props and shit. So when I get into the struggle is beautiful phase, I'm gonna have like props from the music video in there, and I'm gonna be like acting and shit. And, like I'm gonna have actors. I'm gonna have a whole lot of shit going on. There ain't nobody doing that shit. Like out here, especially, I feel like they're not doing stuff
And if
that
you
big.
got videographers too, if you got videographers that are able to capture that and get it all where even people that weren't there, they can see
Yeah,
what they missed out on.
yeah.
So next time it pops up, they're like, man, I'm going to that Roblez show, man.
That's
That
what.
that nigga be turned up.
That's
You feel me?
exactly what I planned, bro. Because they were telling me like, why don't you do more than that? Originally, I was gonna do 100. Like that was what I was saying. I'm like, I want to do 100 people, but my people were like, we could do more than that, really. Like realistically, with the marketing and shit that we're gonna do, like we're gonna have street teams and online marketing and everything that we're trying to do. Because like realistically,
Okay.
we could do more. So let's just shoot for 300 or something. And I was like, I want to build FOMO for it. So I want to do like an intimate show where it's only this amount of seats, and the people who didn't get to go, they're gonna have fear of missing out on the next one, and we're just gonna keep repeating it. And that's how artists do it forever. They last forever because they got a new album next year and they got a new show, right? And they just keep growing and growing. So I have a long term goal for all my life, so that's why I'm trying to do that.
I want to get more into like the marketing strategies and how you guys plan on rolling out that in just a second. But for a moment, I want to back up for the audience. Earlier, you said that some of the people in your family they had the old way of looking at branding and imaging. Can you explain that a little bit? What does the old way look like?
So on the old way, what I mean is like they kept saying like you gotta be on radio, or like if you're not on radio, you're not really a real artist, right? And I was like, and I was trying to explain it. I was like, that is true. Like I would love to be on radio, like even local radio, right? But realistically, from what I've seen and heard, you can't get up there unless you have like hella good connections, or like you got a shitload of money to put into it. And it's like I guess they call it like it's kind of like payola, but they don't call it payola because you're paying
Right.
to like be their friends and take them out to dinner and bullshit like that, which is still payola because you gotta have money to do that shit. And I don't have connections to radio or nothing like that, so like I'm not. Why am I gonna take something that I have no access to and like try to butter up these fucking radio people or whatever? I'll do this shit myself, man.
Well, the reason why I feel like the reason why artists did go to radio, why record labels were dumping all this money into it, is because that's where the attention was. People riding, to work, they whatever the case was, if you want to listen to music, you go put on the radio. But nowadays, that's not relevant. I would love to see the numbers. I don't know the numbers of how many people, let's say in 2004 compared to 2024, are actually still listening to the radio. But
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot, bro. Because I mean, on radio is what gets your Billboard on number one, right? You gotta have radio, or else you can't get up there to like the top Billboard charts. But I feel like that's for mainstream artists that have the budgets and they have the record label connects. Like me, I know I'm realistic with my fucking goals, right? I know I'm not gonna be on K104, which is like a big hip hop station out here, unless I have like a good fucking team or like a manager that's like a people person. Like they got connections, right? I'm just doing shit out the mud basically. So I got to be realistic with what I can do and what I have access to, and I can put on this fucking show, and I can sell it out, and I can release this fucking songs. I can put out this content by myself. I can shoot out these fire videos, music videos. I shoot music videos for other artists. And them shits are hard. But now I'm doing it for myself too. It's a lot of work, you know. You gotta have I got a day job. I got life. I got music shit. I gotta be at the studio. I gotta go do this network. That's a lot of shit, bro. I'm a full man record label, bro. Like literally, it's a lot of work, but like this shit wouldn't be worth it if it was easy, right? Because everybody wants to be a rapper, especially out here in Dallas. The music scene is so many people. Damn near everybody it wants to be a rapper. Feels like, but I like when I look at their pages and I look at their shit, what they're doing. Like this one ain't even got no music video, and he's been doing this shit for 6 years. What the fuck? What's the holdup? Drop that. Music videos ain't that expensive, really. Sure, they'll be 2,500, but if you find a videographer that's wanting to work with you, they'll work with you. They'll be like, yeah, I'll do it for 300, or like we'll work something out. But
yeah,
like,
for sure.
it's like, how much do you want that shit? And I feel like
I mean, and realistically, how important is it, in my opinion?
a music video,
How important is a music video compared to how it was, let's say, 15 years ago?
I don't think it's that important, really. The reason I like music videos is because I can chop that shit up into content, and it's a high quality content. So like, really, if I shoot a 3-4 minute music video, I chop it up into like 5 30-second clips, and I'm
Come on.
dropping one every other day in between my little smaller things, and I'm dropping songs. And those music videos are like the quality are like really good content because like the transitions, all that shit. So I look at them more like quality content instead of music videos because they're not gonna leave Instagram to go watch your YouTube video unless they're like fucking fans of you. But I'm using them to draw people into my funnel, and that's why I'm putting the ads on these videos because this is my highest quality content that I have available because I put a lot of time and effort into them, and people fuck with them, and then the song is good or whatever. The song's gotta be good too. Um, and then I use those to attract the people into my funnel, and they come to my page and they see all my content. They might click on something. I don't know, whatever they do, bro. But
So you're taking people in these ads, the funnel looks like they see a video, and then the next step is for them to go to your Instagram page?
if I'm doing Instagram ads specifically, yes, they'll see my sponsored ad, and if it's like I see a lot of ads myself, right? And a lot of them, the sound quality is not matching the image, or like it's like low quality video or like a low quality sound to the song. You gotta have good ass mixing and mastering too, because if you don't, it's not gonna sound good on your phone. When you're scrolling, and it's like you could just tell, you could hear it. You could hear like that fucking bass is bumping in through your phone. And like, oh shit, this sounds good or whatever. And that's the first attraction people are gonna get to your thing, and they're gonna decide in like 2 seconds whether you're a serious artist or not. And this a lot of times when I'm going looking at ads, I see a lot of that, and I'm like, this is not like a serious artist type of thing. So I just try to like get my shit to look serious, right? And then people will come in, and usually they don't come in and follow. They won't follow. Someone will follow, but they'll like. But even the like is enough because now I know who it is. Now I know the person, and I can follow them back. And the one thing I was real picky about was how many people I was following, right? I was like, man, I don't want to have more followers than following, or following than followers, right? Because then I don't look like a serious artist. Like the big artists barely following a few people, but they are. But then I started thinking like, man, I'm not them. I got to think differently. I'm an artist coming up. So like, if I follow somebody, they're gonna. It's the same way that my ad works, because you get that notification saying Roblez followed you, and then I got the little blue check mark, which it don't mean as much as it did, but it still means something to people, because you see the blue check mark. It's like that little 10% chance that you're gonna check it out, right? And it's only like $15-$20. So I still do that. And
But what made you and I'm sorry to cut you off. What made you put your government name on there to get the blue check? It was just for that second glance that people see?
now it's because like I'm not trying to hide my name. I mean, my artist name is my last name, right? So it's Santos Roblez, and my artist name is Roblez. So it's not really much of it.
It makes sense.
I don't see what the fear behind it is. Like, what I want my fans to know me personally, because they're not. If they don't like my music, they like me, right? And that's how you build. That's how I feel like I'm gonna build fans that are gonna fuck with me, even if I drop trash fucking songs later, or like something. You're always gonna have those fans who fuck with you for real, long term.
They
And
actually rock with you, not just your music.
yeah, yeah. Just I started studying like my family members who they're like, I got a cousin who loves Harry Styles, right? She's fucking obsessed with Harry Styles. And I observe shit, and I'd be like, why does she like him so much? I was like, sure, you see him on TV, whatever, but what's about it likes him? So I'll ask them, what do you like about him? And they'll be like, oh, I like his music, and they'll see a lot of content of him being a nice person or playing with dogs and shit like that, like personal shit. And so I'll be like,
Mhm.
okay. So that's why I started doing a lot of more content, like personal. Like I talk about my back surgery I got and like shit like that. And like just give my life to these people basically. And I've been getting a lot of DMs from people who live in Miami and other places, and they're like telling me personal shit now. And I've never had that before until I started like promoting and being more outwards. And I was always like unconfident, right? I was like, man, I'm an ugly ass fool, bro. They're not gonna fuck with me, right? But I was like, man, all these ugly ass rappers and like people, it's like, who gives a fuck, really, right? So it's like, just do what you gotta do, bro. And people are gonna find you. So just be delusional. Fuck everybody. Just do what you gotta do and chase your goals, bro. Because nobody cares until you become something.
So are we doing let's move on to the show that you got coming up in June. You got 300 tickets to sell. Are we doing a pre-sale on any of these tickets?
Yeah, I am definitely.
I guess I'm wondering why, when you run ads, you don't have some that are going to some sort of landing page where you're selling your pre-sale. Or is this part of your strategy where you're doing brand awareness right now, like you said with your car, and then you start ramping it up as it gets closer to summer? Or what is this looking like?
So what I'm doing, I'm starting now basically. I'm starting now at a smaller level, not as aggressive, right? With the car and then like the ads that I'm doing. I'm trying to build brand awareness basically right now,
Okay.
Locally. And then once it gets closer, once it gets to like 2 months before June, which is what, May, whatever, I can't think of that, what month it is, but the right month, 2 months before, um, that's when I'm gonna start assembling like a street team. And I'm gonna hit all these different parts of the city like physically, and like
Gotcha.
I'm gonna ramp up the ad budget and then like also the content, and because by then I might have more music videos out, and like I'm gonna have way more quality content out by then. And so
Okay.
what my hope is, now that they're seeing me now, and as time goes on, they keep seeing me, and it's like what's that rule of seven marketing? You got to see something 7 times to believe it, or some shit like that. I'm sure you heard of it.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
do. That's why I'm building it up now, because I know I don't got the budget to do like a big ass push in 2 months. So that's why I'm trickling small right now, little by little, every week. But I'm also saving up for the 2 months before, because then I'm gonna have a real big budget for it. And I feel like it wouldn't. Why wouldn't it work, right? And also, I have a couple openers that I have who are artists locally, and they bring their own people too. And what I'm doing, since I'm a videographer, also, I'm working with them to build their content, because they're like in my position too. They're because artists are always struggling, right? They don't have big budgets and stuff, local especially. So I'm helping these artists to get like good videos and get content, and because it's gonna benefit our show basically. Because we're also gonna run ads for them, their stuff, the same way I'm doing it,
Okay.
and basically just everything. The whole goal is this show. This is the only focus. Everything I'm doing now is for the show.
That makes sense, man. Um, all right, so we're gonna do something at the end. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, bro, but basically it's kind of like where you finish my sentence. I'm gonna start a sentence, and I want you to end the sentence however the best advice you can. So if an artist wanted to put on a 300 person show, they should.
Well, if an artist wanted to put together a 300-person show, they should first find a venue, right? That they can work with, because you don't want to break the bank. These venues are expensive as hell. Find a venue that owner, locally owned venue, and then figure out that budget. And then also you're gonna have to like really focus on that content, bro. Because I would tell them to shoot some videos, music videos, and then chop those up, and then put a shitload of budget behind those. It don't have to be a lot, like $30 a week, maybe. That's what I'm doing is like $30 a week, and
Okay.
it's growing. I've been doing it now for a couple weeks, and I've grown like 400 followers already, like locally. So it's targeted. So they should also get some openers, because I don't think me by myself, I probably won't be able to sell that, right? In that short amount of time. Maybe not. I don't know. You never know what the future holds. But since it's on you, you're shooting it. You're just hoping that it works, right?
Mm.
So just to have some backup, get other local artists that you think are taking it serious. Like they're gonna like work to market, because a lot of artists they don't learn about marketing like they're supposed to. They don't care about it. They just make music, and like they think it's people are gonna come to them. So like just find a couple artists who are hustling like you basically.
All right. Well, that leads me to this next one then, man. Artists should focus on marketing because.
Artists should focus on marketing, because that's the most important thing there is to music now. That if you don't have marketing, you don't nobody's gonna see it unless you have a fan base. It's only different if you have a fan base. If you're an artist with a fan base, people are gonna see it. But there's a limit to how many people are gonna see it, because of stupid ass algorithms. You got 100,000 followers, but you're only gonna get like 2,000 views, maybe, because who knows how the algorithm works. Even if you're a big artist, you should be putting ads marketing into it, because you want new people to come follow you. You want to turn that 100,000 into 300,000, right? So marketing is never going to stop. But right now I'm at a low level, so I'm like 100 people see it. I want 500 people to see it, but it's like just a bigger budget. So when I get bigger, I'm still gonna do the same thing I'm doing now, but maybe a bigger budget, or I'm gonna have access to bigger things. And all in all, it's growth, you know. So yeah, marketing. If you can have the best music, ain't nobody gonna hear that shit, and you don't market it right. And if people don't like you or are personal with you, like they gotta like you as a person.
Okay, so you have an artist, they follow your advice, they find a venue, they get openers, and all of them are trying to sell tickets because now they realize marketing is important, like you just said. So after all that's done, if an artist wants to put on the best show possible, they need to.
If an artist wants to put on the best show possible, they gotta look at their market and like look at the competition. Go to a couple shows and stuff and see what they're doing, the competition, and do better than they're doing. I know you can't do a Beyonce level show, obviously, right? But you can do. There's a lot of smaller artists who are doing great shows, like
Creative as
that. Their
fuck.
shows are crazy. Like some
Hmm.
that I like shows that I look for inspiration. Like there's the Juice World Death Race for Love tour. Like I've seen like a lot of shows from start to finish, like online, and how they have the production and everything. The production, are you if you have ass music, but your production is great on your show, you're already above all these other artists who ain't promoting or marketing or like they got their shows. Because shit, I was at a show last night and it wasn't sold out at all. It was like barely any people there, but they had like 10 artists, right? And they were just lip syncing their tracks, and it was a small ass stage, and the production was real bad. So I was like, man, that's one of the reasons I haven't even performed out here. Like you won't catch me performing at like a showcase or nothing like that, because I feel like everybody else is doing that here. And so how do I stand out, put my money up where my mouth is, and get and produce my big ass show that I want to do, and show there's people out here that I'm serious about this shit. And we ain't the same, right? But that takes a lot of work and money, and a lot of people don't have that, or they have other things going on in their lives. But if this is what you want, you're gonna make it happen. So
And you gotta be different. When people are zigging, you gotta zag, man. I know just the way you already thinking as far as production wise, and the fact that you're thinking so far out, I think a lot of artists, if anything, they should take a note on that because you might have the most fire idea, the best production idea in your head, but if you're trying to do this 2 weeks ahead, man, it's not really reasonable. You know what I'm saying? Again, unless you have a big team. But yeah, man, Roblez, it was good talking to you, man. If you in Dallas, make sure you pull up, see what Roblez got going on. You're gonna see him riding around with the wrapped up car, man. You know what I'm saying? But tell everybody where they can find you, bro.
y'all can find me on everything, like YouTube, everything. Just search up Roblez, RBLEZ, and I should pop up. I know there's another guy with my name, but he's from like some city in Mexico. But
No.
we gonna get that the SEO over him. So pretty
Man,
soon
you gotta get that
I'm gonna start
trademark too, boy.
getting that SEO going to where I
Yeah,
come out first. But I mean I still pop up like that's Spanish music obviously. So I mean as long as it's English, it's me.
right, for sure. You the Roblez in America. I feel it. Man, you've been talking good, bro. I hope people taking notes of the different gems that you've been dropping right now, man.